Assalamualaikum and hi. My name is Nur Fatihah binti Nazri. My student number is 2020950755. Okay, now I want to present to you about highest authority in our country. Okay, introduction about highest authority in our country is the administration of parliament is led by the chief administrator of parliament, diplomatic and administrative official, Great Jusasi, who is responsible for the administration and financial affairs. He is assisted by two secretaries of the House, Secretary, Secretary of the Senate and Secretary of the House of Representatives. The Secretary of the Senate is responsible for all affairs related to the Senate, while the Secretary of the House of Representatives is responsible for all affairs related to the House of Representatives. And a constitution is an aggregate of fundamental principles or established precedents that constitute the legal basis of a polity, organization, or other type of entity and commonly determine how that entity is to be governed. And constitution concern different levels of organizations from severity countries to companies and unincorporated associations. A treaty which establishes an international organization is also its constitution in that it will define how that organization is constituted. Within states, a constitution defines the principal viewpoint which the state is based on procedure is in which laws are made and by whom. Some constitutions, especially codified constitution, also act as limiters of state power by establishing lines which a state's rules cannot cross, such as fundamental rights. Okay, proceed to the first content.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So today I'm going to present about the difference between Malaysia Constitution and the Parliament. So the difference between Malaysia Constitution and the Parliament are the Federal Constitution of Malaysia is the supreme law of Malaysia. The federation was called the Federation of Malaya and it adopted its present name Malaysia. The states of the federation should be Johor, Kedah, Kelantan, Melaka, Negeri Sembilan, Pahang, Penang, Perak, Perlis, Sabah, Sarawak, Selangor and also Terengganu. The constitution established the federation as a constitutional monarchy having the Yang di-Pertuan Agong as the head of state whose roles are largely ceremonial. It provides for the establishment and the organization of three main branches of the government. And for the parliaments of Malaysia is the national legislature of Malaysia based on the Westminster system. The Westminster system or the Westminster model is a democratic system of government that incorporates three arms of government, the executive, the legislature and also an independent judiciary. The bicameral or houses parliament consists of the Dewan Rakyat, which is House of Representative, and the Dewan Negara, which is Senate. The Yang di-Pertuan Agong as the head of state is the third component of parliament. The parliament assembles in the Malaysian Houses of Parliament and it located in the national capital city of Kuala Lumpur.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to my fellow friends and Sir Dr. Arif. Today, I want to discuss about the position of Malaysia Constitution. Okay, I want to continue my friends. Okay, the constitution refers to the highest law in a country that has been approved by a parliament or the highest legislative body in a country. This is because the constitution is the main law that has the power of determining the organization, government, the division of power between the governing bodies, and the principle to exercise the powers given. In addition, the constitution is also the basic law that determines the pattern and power of a government. It is a rule that determines how a country is governed. It is also determines the division of power between the field of government and its implementation. Today, the constitution is a very important concept in a country. The constitution is a document that contains all the basic laws of the country aimed at guaranteeing the integrity and sovereignty of the country, guiding the formation of laws, establishing national stability, coordinating the governance of a country, and providing security and protection to the people. Okay, the purpose of the constitution is to determine the way a country is governed, to establish the rights of individuals, citizens, and its limitations, and to guarantee the freedom of human rights. We also need to be reminded that the constitution of this country is detailed into 183 articles, which it is divided into 15 sections, 183 articles, and 12 tables.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Nadira binti Zulkarnain, and I want to present about what is the highest law of Malaysia. The law of Malaysia is mainly based on the common law legal system. This was a direct result of the colonization of Malaya, Sarawak, and North Borneo by Britain between the early 19th century to 1916s. The supreme law of the land, the Constitution of Malaysia, sets out the legal framework and rights of Malaysian citizens. The Federal Constitution of Malaysia is considered as the supreme law in Malaysia. It is actually formed after the Constitution of the Federation of Malaya. The Constitution of the Federation of Malaya is the foundation of the Federal Constitution of Malaysia today. It is drafted by the Reid Commission headed by Lord William Reid in order to formulate a constitution for the preparation of a fully self-governing and independent Federation of Malaya. The report of Reid Commission was published in February 1957. In this report, the Commission suggested that the Constitution should protect individuals' rights and ensure a democratic way of living. In order to achieve the objective of democratic and equal rights, Reid Commission formulated the Constitution by giving significance to four vital features in the Constitution, which are federalism, separation of powers, entrenched human rights, and constitutional amendment process.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Najibah Najia binti Ma'ami Hamzah. So today I will continue my points about what is the highest law of Malaysia. Alright, so the Constitution of Malaysia also provides for a unique dual justice system, the secular laws and Sharia laws. In Malaysia, the Federal Constitution is the supreme law of the land which came into force in 1957. The Federal Constitution is the fundamental law of the land and a kind of higher law which is used to measure the validity of all others' law. Any law inconsistent with the Federal Constitution may be challenged in court. Next, supremacy of the Federal Constitution is maintained by giving power to the court for judicial review. When a legislative or executive act violates the Constitution, the court may declare it ultra-vires and void. However, any court may declare invalid legislation on any other grounds, especially except the ground that concerning the relevant legislation has no power to make law. Firstly, legislation may be invalidated when it relates to a matter concerning which the relevant legislation has no power to make law. Secondly, legislation may be invalidated when it is consistent with any provision of the Constitution. Thirdly, legislation may be invalidated in the case of state law. It is consistent with federal law. Fourthly, legislation may also be invalidated when it has not been enacted in accordance with the procedure prescribed in the Constitution.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nur Izzah binti Muhammad Zairus. I'm from AM1102C. Okay, I will explain about the difference between Malaysia Constitution versus Malaysia Parliament. Okay, so the first point is the Federal Constitution of Malaysia, which came into force in 1957, is the supreme law of Malaysia. Second is the Federal Constitution establishes the Federation as a constitutional monarchy, having Yang di-Pertuan Agong as the head of state. The third is the Parliament of Malaysia is the national legislature of Malaysia based on Westminster system. And the last one is the bicameral parliament consists of the Dewan Rakyat and Dewan Negara.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Zulailmi bin Azman. Today I'm going to present the conclusion. As the conclusion, Constitution is the highest authority in Malaysia because the Constitution is the supreme law according to Article 4, Clause 1 of Federal Constitution. Constitution itself is beyond the Yang di-Pertuan Agong and the Parliament. Constitution is the fundamental to all law. If not, the law cannot be implemented. This is because the constitutionalism, which the Constitution will limit the power of the government. Thank you.